We started the business, it sprang from our imagination. When my husband was laid off in the home building industry, we saw that as an opportunity and a challenge. I was not currently a baker professionally, but I knew that I loved baking and that it was such a passion for me that I would be willing to do just about anything to make a career of it. I Like Pie was coming about as a result of our life situation, as a result of the timing in the food industry, and knowing that there was a lot of unexplored territory with the art of pie making. The biggest challenges my husband and I faced when opening I Like Pie had to do with, of course, finances, and it was absolutely stunning how difficult it was for people like us who really had established all the things that we thought were necessary to obtain a small business loan. The fact that we were told no so many times.
I think we ended up going to almost 60 banks looking for financing. Everybody said, well, it's a great idea, great concept, but 90% of the startup restaurants will fail in the first year, and it's just not a good investment for us.
It was nearly impossible, and the fact that I'm sitting here right now talking to you about my store, I almost gave up. The reason that we are here today has everything to do with the SBDC. Our first meeting with Robert Usher was during a time when we did not know what we were going to do.
They had the concept, they had a location that they were thinking about, they were working on, but they wanted another set of eyes on their business plan, they wanted another set of eyes on their financial projections, to discuss concept, things of that nature.
He always had another angle to try, and he was the only person that we dealt with that didn't say, I'm out of ideas.
He was instrumental in encouraging us to keep going. And he gave us really good data and leads to follow.
Our first indication that there was a lot of potential here was how many people would have their face pressed against the glass, kind of trying to see what was going on.
The day before we opened up, we had the staff in here. We made a bunch of dough. We were prepared to open at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. We had made, I think, 300 or 400 pie shells, and the shells failed. After they cooked them and took them out of the tins, they fell apart, and it was just a disaster. Here it was, the day we're supposed to open, and we weren't even ready to open. So we didn't open at 10, but I think we opened around 2:30 or 3.
I was in the kitchen just buried, just trying to get through everything, and somebody said, you need to go look, there's a line.
We sold everything that we had within 4 hours, and so we closed the doors, and that's what's like, whew. But then we didn't have any product for the next day, so we were open on Saturday for just 4 hours. We closed on Sunday because we didn't have anything to sell, but we're on our way.
One of the nice things is they're going to be able to start comparing, same sales, from last year to this year, and the numbers are just going to be astronomical.
Who just drops everything that they're doing, even though they think about it, really does it. So few people actually take the opportunity to change their life in a very meaningful way.
We sold our soul. We gave up everything, and we were down to our last few pennies. And now it's like, okay, what are we going to do to be profitable? Are we going to expand? Are we going to franchise? Are we going to have multiple stores?
They're the success story. They're the people that didn't give up.
I like pie!